lots of power, you're listening to KLOK, San Jose, San Francisco, and Oakland. The most powerful Desi radio station in America. A Universal Media Access-owned radio station.
Good evening, Bay Area. Namaskar. Hello, Lowell. How are you?
Hi, Alima. I'm doing good. How are you feeling?
I am doing all right. Do you hear my voice being a little different?
Yeah, I noticed it right when you walked in the studio, and I'm sure our listeners will notice tonight.
So it's not sexy anymore. It's all stuff.
Oh, come on. Come on.
Well, this is Rangmunch with Alima, Lowell at the board. You know what? I was thinking about you, and I'm thinking I need to have a punchline for you. So I was like, trying to think about different things. I go, oh, I always say Lowell at the board, and I'm thinking low at the bow. I'm like, maybe I should tell him that. So low at the bow, and I'm thinking that is just sounded so hilarious. Anyways, this is Alima on Rangmunch with Alima. I hope everyone is having a fantastic Saturday. The weather is beautiful. I had a great week, except being sick, with the cold. It's such weird weather. Here we have 100 degrees and then boom, we go into rains and everything. And of course, people fall sick. Well, if you ask my husband why I fell sick, he's going to have a long list of reasons why I fell sick. Top of the line would be my negligence. See, I'm sure that's what's going to be. Anyways, dosto, I have a roundup of plenty of shows to do. We may get a couple of callers come in. We have some shows closing off, and we have new shows starting on the TV circuit. So I'll give you a big rundown on all those things. I got introduced to a couple of fantastic songs that I want to share with you. A couple of my good friends. In fact, I was just chatting with them before coming into the radio station, and wow, amazing songs. So definitely I would like to share with them. Hey, I have a question for you, Lowell. What is your favorite gadget?
My favorite gadget, boy, if I had to pick one. I recently sold one. 'Cause I wasn't using it anymore. I sold my PlayStation 3, which I have not played since college.
Wow.
So I decided just to sell that. It'll be obsolete in less than a year anyway. They're coming out with a PlayStation 4. But now I just have to go with the one I use the most. It's my laptop.
I guess so. I think my favorite gadget probably would be the laptop too. And maybe my cell phone next, since you really can't live without your cell phone. But anyways, apparently 17th May, which was yesterday, is supposed to be the World Telecommunication Day. Do you even know that?
I did not know that, no.
I didn't even know there was something like that. I mean, people seem to be coming up with so many different days to be commemorating different things in the world, it looks like. But apparently, yesterday happens to be that World Telecommunication Day. So, dosto, if you want to share which is your favorite gadget, hey, feel free to give us a call. And of course, the number to call in is 408-912-5565. Dosto, stay tuned into Rangmunch with Alima. I'm going to be taking a little tiny break with a song that I want to share with you, and I'll be right back.
कभी कभी ऐसा होता है जागे जागे कोई सोता है बिन चाहे दिल खोता है कहीं ऐसा ना हो जाए कभी कभी ऐसा होता है जागे जागे कोई सोता है बिन चाहे दिल खोता है कहीं ऐसा ना हो जाए
कब अरमां मचलेंगे किसको है ये पता कब मौसम बदलेंगे किसको है ये पता प्यार हो जाता है कैसे जाने ना जाने ना जाने ना जाने ना दिल तेरा नजर से नजर मिले नजर से नजर मिले तो देखेंगी आंखें सपना जो यूं कोई साथ चले जो यूं कोई साथ चले तो लगने लगेगा अपना नजर से नजर मिले नजर से नजर मिले तो देखेंगी आंखें सपना जो यूं कोई साथ चले जो यूं कोई साथ चले तो लगने लगेगा अपना प्यार हो जाता है कैसे जाने ना जाने ना जाने ना जाने ना दिल तेरा
नजर से नजर मिले नजर से नजर मिले तो देखेंगे आंखें सपना जो यूं कोई साथ चले जो यूं कोई साथ चले तो लगने लगेगा अपना
आएगा वो पास के जो दूर है मान जा कि होना ये जरूर है वो दिल तो दीवाना है कब कहा माना है तू ये सोच ले कब अरमां मचलेंगे किसको है ये पता कब मौसम बदलेंगे किसको है ये पता प्यार हो जाता है कैसे जाने ना जाने ना जाने ना जाने ना दिल तेरा
नजर से नजर मिले नजर से नजर मिले तो देखेंगे आंखें सपना जो यूं कोई साथ चले जो यूं कोई साथ चले तो लगने लगेगा अपना
नजर से नजर मिले नजर से नजर मिले तो देखेंगे आंखें सपना जो यूं कोई साथ चले जो यूं कोई साथ चले तो लगने लगेगा अपना
And Rangmunch with Alima is back on air. I hope everyone is having a fantastic Saturday. Hey, I follow the Cannes Film Festivals once in a while. Do you follow the Cannes Film Festival?
Sure, yeah.
Did you hear what happened there?
What was the biggest storyline? What happened?
Apparently, the biggest storyline that I could see is that a selection of jewelry was apparently stolen on Thursday evening from the suites. Well, you know a lot of stars. They rent jewelry, or even the jewelers. The prominent jewelers worldwide, they showcase their jewelries on all these actors and actresses, right? I mean, whatever they're doing. But apparently, Chopard is, I believe, is the biggest one. It's a supporter of the famous film festival, and they have a lot of jewelry that went missing. And some of them say that it's about 1.4 million worth of jewelry that was heisted. And in fact, I was reading the comments, and a lot of people were like, "You're right. I bet they did this on purpose, just to get publicity, or just for the insurance sake of all those kind of things." But then I figured it was so low key. I mean, it's not like it made a big news item, but I thought that was interesting that, and I'm thinking, in all those billions dollars worth of jewelry, 1.4 million seems to be a really small amount according to those stones that those people carry. Don't you think so?
Yeah.
It's
I don't buy it, really.
yeah. It seems to be like a publicity stunt kind of a thing. Well, anyways, as I come to my roundup on the TV shows, of course, the depressing thing right now on all the social forums is, of course, that one of the favorite shows is going off air, which is Punarvivah, which is, we talked about remarriage. You know how I once in a while I talk about it. So, but anyways, the whole show is not going off air. It's just that a chapter is going off air. So they're going to move on to a new chapter with different people, a different storyline. And of course, all I hear is people lamenting and complaining. How can they do this? How can they? Of course, the first show is like with their two favorite people. And once those people are going off air, they don't want to give a chance to the second set of people who are going to be playing different roles or the different storyline. So of course they continue doing with the same title track, then people are not happy. How dare they use the same title track on these people? We don't like these people. You know, the usual cry and hue about a show closing. But hey, people, you need to understand that when things end, new things start to open up. I mean, it's a beginning of something different. I feel that everyone should get a chance. I mean, in fact, I'm very, I should say it's very, very courageous of the Mithil production house, actually, who's coming up with this thing, that for them to even go do a show for a short span of time, instead of running it for 5-6 years, or doing 10, 20, 30 years of leap years. If the story ended, end the story, get back on track with another storyline. I think that is great. I think that is a new adventure, and I think that's courageous of them to be doing that. But then again, people, that's my opinion. That is Alima's opinion, and I'm sure a lot of people will not be happy with that. But it's like, move on, people. It's fiction, it's a story, it is characters on screen. Don't let it run your life, you know. But anyways, having said that, I believe Insta Friday, Monday is kind of going to be a transition show where the old characters or the first characters are going to be disappearing as they bring in the new characters, starting with the new storyline. Now, a very good friend of mine obviously wants to have a dedication for Kritika Sanagar, who played Arati Scindia in the show, and she's an amazing lady. She's an amazing actress. She got so much flack when she started off with this show because people did not like her. They said she was like fat. They even called her names and everything, which I think is so judgmental. I mean, if you don't like a person, don't watch. But you don't have to be giving names or bad mouthing people about it. But you know what, guys? She proved herself. I mean, she turned out to be a great versatile actor, and I've met her personally when I went to India last year, and she's a very sweet lady, a very nice lady. So, anyways, Falguni, a very dear friend of mine from Mumbai, India, she has a dedication for Arti Scindia. Of course, she's one of those people who's totally going to be missing Yash and Aarti. So Falguni, I'm sure they are going to be coming in different other shows, and I'm sure you're going to miss your Gurmeet Chaudhary and you're going to be missing your Kritika Sanagar. But like I said, good things have to come to an end, and then good things have to have another start. So here is your dedication for Arti Scindia.
चेहरा है या चांद खिला है, जुल्फ घनेरी शाम है क्या, सागर जैसी आंखों वाली, ये तो बता तेरा नाम है क्या। चेहरा है या चांद खिला है, जुल्फ घनेरी शाम है क्या, बता तेरा नाम क्या। अरे तू क्या जाने तेरी खातिर कितना है बेताब ये दिल, तू क्या जाने को बनाया इस दिल पर इल्जाम क्या सागर जैसी आंखों वाली ये तो बता तेरा नाम क्या आज मैं तुझसे दूर सही और तू मुझसे अनजान सही तेरा साथ नहीं पाऊं तो खैर तेरा अरमान सही हो ये अरमां है शोर नहीं हो खामोशी के मेले हो इस दुनिया में कोई नहीं हो हम दोनों ही अकेले हो तेरे सपने देख रहा हूँ और मेरा अब काम क्या सागर जैसी आंखों वाली ये तो बता तेरा नाम क्या चेहरा है या चांद खिला है जुल्फ घनेरी शाम क्या सागर जैसी आंखों वाली ये तो बता तेरा नाम क्या
And Falguni, thank you so much for that song dedication. My stuffed voice is making me sound different when I'm saying words. Thank you for that dedication for Kratika Senegar, aka Arti Sindhya. It was a lovely song. In fact, it brought back so many memories of that movie Sagar. It's one of those big hit movies. Well, anyways, moving on to another of my favorite shows that I've been following religiously, I should say, is Na Bole Tumne Maine Kuch Kaha. By God, people, I mean, if you are not following this show, it comes on Colors. Do me a favor, just give this show a shot. It's at such a crucial juncture in the sense ki people who have followed season 1 and who are into following season 2, yes, there is a little past in season 1, but it's kind of a standalone story too if you really look at it. Lekin, Mohan Bhatnagar finally gets hold of Adu. He meets him last week. I remember ki maine bola ki, they found Adu in a mental asylum because he was beaten up and he loses his memory and, and he finds him there and he brings him home on Mother's Day. Now, I know it is a different situation when you have a mentally challenged person staying at home, and I know Lowell ki it's different in India and it's different in the US how people accept situations like this and how they behave around people like that and what kind of treatment they get. In India, it's much more emotional, I think, where, because people don't understand. They do not understand the situation, and so they draw their own judgments. They blatantly go and call these people, you are mad, you are, you're sick, whatnot. You're basically riling these people up because, your animosity shows so much. But I think bringing it out into a TV show, having a mother see her son going through this. I mean, and I think it's a good educational side to it. I think is it shows how a family accepts the situation. It shows how can they adapt to his mental situation. What changes do they need to make? And the culture is also so different when people are dealing with situations like this. I can only imagine. I don't know unless I've been through that situation what's going to happen, but I can imagine the pain and the patience that a person probably would need to be dealing with a situation like this. But na bole tumne maine kuch kaha, that is where the situation is right now. Adil is brought home from a mental asylum, and ab dekhna hai ki how is the family going to be, living with him, working around him, trying to make him remember things, and and obviously he hates Mohan Bhatnagar. I mean, there is still a certain animosity that comes up inside him unconsciously every time he looks at Mohan. And I've watched the Thursday and the Friday episodes, and my heart went out to Mohan. I mean, his portrayal of a person so much in pain after finding his son 12 years later and in that situation in a mental asylum, and that guy pushing him away is something a father shouldn't even go through. But it was so very well portrayed by Mohan. It was an amazing episode. If you have missed it, I for one, this show still has my interest. I mean, I want to see how. I mean, the storyline is crisp. Sonal is doing a fantastic job writing the screenplay and the dialogues for it. It's doing an amazing story. So, people, you should give this a chance. And ooh, excuse me, I think I need to take a break, and I'll be right back. This is Alima back on Rangmunch with Alima. Hey, sorry guys, it seems to be, with my cough and a little thing, I am kind of taking a break. And if it seems to be cut off, that's only because I'm trying not to cough into the microphone and scare you guys. Well, anyways, I apologize for that one. If you guys wish to share your thoughts, your favorite shows, how your day is going, or you have any special requests for your favorite people, 408-912-5565 is the number to call. And as I move on to my next favorite show that I seem to be watching is Veera. I know we had talked about, in fact, last week we did a Mother's Day special, right, Lowell? Last week, and I had brought Ratan up as one of my favorite TV serial mothers, and the show is going great guns at the moment. I watched the Friday episode, and it was so cute and sweet. Every time I see Modi Chaiji and Veera, their conversations are just seriously hilarious. I mean, very sweet and cute. Both of them both of them argue a lot, but it's such a sweet thing where you see what, like a 50-year-old versus a 4-year-old, going back and forth, and it's such a cute thing. There is no hard feelings, nothing. It's just those cute conversations, and she's got this bunch of questions all the time. Literally, she just seems to be a walking bank of questions, because she's so inquisitive about a lot of things. But anyways, the show is going great guns. We have right now Nihal and Ratan seems to be getting a little close to each other, and of course it's very obvious that Nihal has feelings for Ratan, but then Ratan she's still waiting for her husband, but she still feels this little pull towards Nihal, and obviously she's going to feel guilty about it. So the future track obviously is going to be covering their story a little bit, and then of course Hamara Pyara Ranvi apparently fails again in his class, and I think he failed for the last 4 times, So the principal wants to, send him out of school, but then Nihal goes and asks for one final last chance to be able to, stay back in school and try to do a better job next year. And the cutest thing that I saw, and it's amazing when these people come up with these storylines and those little screenplays that they do. So his little sister, she sets a little study table for her brother. So she's got his books, she's got his things, and then she's got these almonds, because almonds have lot of antioxidants, and then it says it improves your memory. A lot of people eat for protein and everything. So she's got this little tiny jar of almonds there on his study table. She's got all his books and everything. So she comes and says, okay, next year you are going to definitely pass, and I will make sure you pass. So she takes his school books and she starts reading, and some of the words she can't even read. And I thought that was so cute, because she's reading the higher standards books. So she obviously can't say all the words, So anyways, people, excuse me. This is where I want to share Wasim's song that he introduced to me just before coming into the show. One amazing song. Stay tuned. Rangmunch with Alima will be back with you.
ये ज़ख्म इश्क है, कोशिश करो हरा ही रहे, कसक तो जा न सकेगी अगर ये भर भी गया। बात कर ले मुझसे मेरे खालीपन, बात कर ले मेरी तन्हाई की, बात कर ले मुझसे मेरे सुने मन, बात कर ले मेरी रुसवाई की। पूरे चांद की रहना प्यासे प्यासे नैना, बात कर ले मेरे हर जाई की, बात कर ले मुझसे मेरे पागलपन, बात कर ले मेरी तन्हाई की। था और किसी का रंग था मेरा तू ख्वाब अधूरा या हकीकत थी मेरी गुर्बत में मेरा यार और किसी के संग बात कर ले मुझसे ओ दीवाने मन बात कर ले मेरी तन्हाई की पूरे चांद की रहना प्यासे प्यासे नैना बात कर ले मेरे हर जाई
And this is Rangmunch with Alima. Wasim, thank you so much for that song. It was an amazing, amazing song. And aapne to bola ki you actually made someone cry. And I was making a joke about it. But truly, it was a fantastic song. It looks like we may have a caller. This is Rangmunch with Alima. You're live on air.
Hello, yeah.
Hello.
Hello. Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Who is this?
Rakesh?
Hi, Rakesh. How are you?
Good, good. How about you?
I'm doing very well. Where are you calling from?
Santa Clara.
Oh, very nice. I live in Santa Clara too.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yes, yes. So, have you been listening to the show quite often, or is this your first time?
Once in a while. Yeah, once in a while.
Oh, acha, great. So, do you have any special requests for today?
Yeah, just oldie goldie. Just put oldie goldie. That's the only I like oldie.
Oldie goldies, यानी कि हिंदी का क्या 50s, 60s, 70s का songs?
Yeah.
Sure, no problem. In fact, I have a couple of them lined up, like from I have Neele Gagan Ke Tale coming up, and then I have Pyar Divana Hota Hai. You know, I can pull a couple of them up. But so it looks like you like the oldies like I do. Lowell always teases me because I always play the oldies songs on my show.
Yeah, I like it. That's I mean, if you're going to hear many times still you're going to.
That is fantastic. Do you have any particular song that you want me to play for you?
I mean, like Sami Kapoor song, put Sami Kapoor like Yahoo.
Yahoo song. Oh, I can do that. Not a problem at all. Rakesh, thank you so much for giving me a call.
Okay, thank you.
Keep listening, and hey, anytime you feel free to give me a call. You can even go on to Facebook. There is a page there called Rangmunch with Alima if you use Facebook, and you can put your request in there too.
Oh, okay.
Okay, fantastic.
Okay, thank you.
Great. Thank you, Rakesh. You have a great night.
Okay, you too. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye. And we may have another caller online. Oh, we have two callers. Okay. Do we do a toss-off? Toss-on? Anyways, hi, this is Rangmunch with Alima. You're live on air. Who's this?
Hey Alima, this is Ritu here from Jania.
Oh, hey, Ritu. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. What about you?
Not too bad. Were you listening to the show? Acha to bol. Well, you know, I was just going to talk about Jenya, and this is perfect for you to give me a call. Mere pyare listeners, this is Ritu from Jenya, and you know I've always talked about Jenya from the past 2-3 weeks. It's a non-profit organization working with the rural schools in India. So Ritu, why don't you give me a little heads up on what Jenya does so the listeners know what you guys are doing?
Yes, of course. I would love to do that. Actually, you know, according to Indian annual education survey, rural kids in India, they actually go to school, but they don't learn anything. Because the concept there is that, you know, read books and learn things. But as you know, it's not possible for kids to just read and learn. So Jenya came to the concept by learn by doing. That means that we create... we ingrain our, you know, some kind of math and science concepts with experiments so that kids can look practically what exactly is written in a book. So let's say if you want to understand what how the lungs expand, we have some kind of experiments where, you know, a balloon will be inflating or some kind of things which will be inflating and showing kids that this is what means the expansion. So that is what Jenya actually is, like, you know, ingraining maths and science concepts by using learn by doing techniques. We, you know, strongly believe that don't train a child to learn by force or harshness, but direct them in a way that which amuses their mind so that they discover their own geniuses in themselves.
That sounds fantastic. I mean, what more can we ask for the rural, for help with the rural schools in India? Now, I've seen where you guys are working with SIPA, another organization, in coming up with a contest. In fact, we may have Pankur online. Pankur,
I'm
you
online.
there too? Okay, fantastic.
Hi,
So,
good evening.
hi, Pankur. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing fantastic, thank you. Listeners, this is Pankur from SIPA. Now, Pankur, would you mind just giving us a brief description as to what SIPA does?
Sure. So, SIPA, which stands for Silicon Valley Indian Professional Association, it's a non-profit in Bay Area, and we provide a platform for professional growth. And our main theme is to connect, learn together. What we do is we do monthly events to bring like-minded professionals to engage at professional and personal level. We do monthly events around topics as like Android workshop, personal branding, so as to empower people who can learn what they are not being taught at work. So it's beyond the cube learning. Is we want to empower all the professionals in Bay Area.
That sounds fantastic.
Volunteers all around Bay Area.
Right. That's fantastic. Now, how are you connected with Genya? What is SIPA? I mean, I've heard both SIPA and Genya are coming together to host an event. Now, what is the event about?
Right. So basically, this is a Genya Mastermind contest hosted by SIPA.
Okay.
When I first learned about Genya, I thought this is a very powerful concept of teaching kids via use of simple experiments and techniques for mathematics and science. So what we thought is, since SIPA is connected all across Bay Area with professionals and technology people, let's make a contest where we invite people to design experiments to explain simple topic of mathematics and science, and potentially develop kits. For example, topics like percentage, simple interest, mathematics topic, and then simple science topics as well. So that's how we got connected to Genya's cause, and we are trying to make sure they get as many entries as possible for explaining concepts of science and math.
That sounds great. Now, Ritu, I have a question for you. Still with me, Ritu?
Yeah,
Okay.
I am.
So,
Go ahead.
does Genya have any plans of implementing any of these math and science kits in the U.S. schools, or even start off in the Bay Area schools?
That's a very great question, Alima. Actually, we are looking forward, and we are working with a couple of U.S. schools right now. We are in process, and we will probably hear something good from them soon, and we'll share it with everybody. That soon the Genia programs will be introduced in the United States schools as well.
That sounds fantastic. That would be amazing to see how it works out in the U.S. schools. Now, can you let the listeners know, or can you inform the listeners how the Masterminds contest works? What are the rules and the regulations on it?
Right.
So basically, go ahead, Pankaj.
Yeah, I'm just going to give some logistics.
Sure, go ahead.
The contest is on 15th of June,
Okay.
2013. That's next month, 15th of June. It will be hosted in Milpitas, John Sinnott Elementary School. The details are at sipa.org. Again, it's sipa.org. Anybody can take a part in this contest. All you have to do is, first of all, decide a topic and register at the website. You can decide any topic, science or mathematics, and there are different topics, and we have a prize for each topic, first and second prize for each topic. There are a variety of topics in mathematics and science. The eligibility criteria is simple. You have to form a team. There is no age, gender, education barrier. Anybody from middle school, elementary school, high school, up to university, or even working professional can enter. The judging will be done basically on how simple the experiment is. How simple
Now,
is the
Pankur, you had said it's a teamwork, but can individuals do kits also, or does it always have
Yes.
to be a team? Okay.
Yes. The team can be of
No,
one
individuals
person,
can, yeah.
two people,
Individuals
three
can
people, four
participate as
people.
well.
Okay. Okay.
There's no restriction of number of participants in a team. Could be anybody from 1 to 4.
Okay. Now,
So,
okay. Yeah, go ahead. I had another question, but go ahead.
okay. I mean, just quickly, the deadline to enter right now we have put as 2nd June. So that's very important. 2nd June is the deadline to enter. All you have to do is select a topic, put the name of the team, and the entry is $15 per team. We
Okay.
have prizes for each topic, first and second prize for each topic that we have. And we also have provided examples and what you need to do on the website, sipa.org, about the experiments and example experiments there.
So that's fantastic. Now, I mean, I know it's a lot of information in a short span of time, but if people want to learn more about it, do they just log on to the website and the instructions are clear for them?
Yes,
Yes,
on the website we have topics, we have rules and eligibility, we have examples, we have the date, venue, everything on the website. We also have contact information for both Ritu and myself on the website.
That's fantastic. Now, Ritu, is it the same for Jenya also? Do they can just log into the website?
Yeah. Yeah.
And they have
so
that
basically, if they want to log in, they just go to jania.org, or I would say for this particular contest, it is better to go to sipa.org, sipa.org, and then look for the information on Jania Mastermind Contest.
Okay.
And one thing I would like to bring here is that if anyone who is, the winning entry, we will be giving them due credit on our website, on our Jania website. That is something. The winner's name will be associated with the kids forever, which we will be supplying to the schools.
Oh, okay.
So basically, yeah. So whosoever is designing the experiment, his or her name will always be associated with that experiment.
Okay. Actually, that was my question, in the sense that if a person wins, I mean, that experiment, is it going to be made into kits for the students to be followed, right? I mean, I'm assuming that's what the one of the missions is, to take that experiment to the schools.
Yes.
Right.
So basically, the mission of this contest itself is that we want to get the experiment, and the best experiment will be turned into a Jania kit, and that kit, those kits will be supplied to all over India. Like, we have 220 schools right now. We are actually working with almost 4,000 students. 26,000 students in India. So those kits will be supplied to 26,000 schools, and students will be using those experiments.
That's
Yeah.
great. Now, coming to Indian schools, now, do you have any specific concentration of regions you guys work with, or is it like all over India? How do you pick and choose?
So currently we have schools in Andhra Pradesh. We have in Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, and Maharashtra. These are the 4 states majorly we have our schools approved. Although we are working with state of Rajasthan as well to get approval, and as soon as we get the approval, the kits will be supplied to the schools of Rajasthan as well.
Oh, that's great. Now, I know, like in the US especially, a lot of schools and everything do community service and things. Now, does Jenia advocate that where students can come and work as volunteers and they can get credits and things like that? Do you guys look for volunteers on a regular basis? How does that work out?
Of course. So Jenia always welcome volunteers. We, being a non-profit organization, you understand that we always are in need of, helping hands. So we appreciate all our volunteers, their time and support for us, including kids. So one of our, this month, Jenia volunteer, Anika, she is just a 6th grader from Cupertino School, and she has done fantastic so far. She helped us a lot in marketing of the Jenia Mastermind Contest itself. So kids or anybody is more than welcome to volunteer for Jenia, and we would really like to to see more and more people associated with us. All what they have to do is send an email to volunteer@janya.org, and we will be happy to assist them.
That's great. That's great. Panku, do you have anything else to add about SIPA or any other future projects?
As far as kids are concerned, this is a part of the SIPA Kids initiative that we are taking. Last year we had a contest, Pitch It Up contest, where we invited entries from high schools and asked, student entrepreneurs to present their ideas on stage in front of venture capitalists. And we actually got a lot of entries, where we selected 2 entries from Cupertino High, and the entries from kids around Bay Area, and we were amazed how they were at par with the entrepreneurs of Silicon Valley.
Right.
So what we do at SIPA is we try to provide more exposure to kids, and our volunteers. We have been getting volunteers from Homestead High every year for our events, and we do provide a certificate of hours that they volunteer with us, so they can use at their school. So
that's
we do
fantastic.
provide certificates and time in writing to them.
Well, that's great. So, that is Panku from SIPA and Ritu from Jenya. So there's this Masterminds contest going on. Log on to their websites and get the instructions. I mean, you have questions, feel free to send them a message or give them a call. I'm sure there's contact numbers and email addresses on both the websites, right?
Right.
They should be able to get hold of you people if they have any questions. So, fantastic. Great. Thank you, Pankur. Thank you, Ritu, for joining us. That is from Jenya and SIPA.
Thank you, Alima.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you. Have a great night.
You too. Bye-bye.
All right. Well, dosto, what are you guys waiting for? I mean, go ahead. I mean, you guys have interest in math and science. I mean, pick a team or you individually. I am such a, do I want to use the moron? Maybe not, but I'm such a what to say? I stay far away from math. Especially math. Science, okay, I like science. That's not a bad thing. But math and I are like, we go parallel. That's not a very favorite subject of mine. But we have tons and tons of, people who would love to do all these experiments. And guys, this is for a social cause. It is for a non-profit organization. And like Ritu had said, your experiment, the winning experiment is going to have your name on it. And it's going to go into all the 26,000 schools and more. And probably into the Bay Area eventually, as Jenya gets into the schools in the Bay Area. So give it a shot. And good luck to everyone who's going to be participating in the Masterminds contest. And we're just going to be hitting the top of the hour, right, Lowell? Pretty much close to. So maine socha ki, okay, I'm going to go into the oldies and the goldies a little bit purely for Rakesh. I think I'm going to make Rakesh the guest of honor for our show today, right? And pull up all the oldies and goldies for him. So Rakesh, I will be bringing up Yahoo for Shemi Kapoorji. In the meantime, here I'm going to be playing one more oldie, and it also happens to be my favorite song too.
नीले गगन के तले धरती का प्यार पले हे नीले गगन के तले धरती का प्यार पले ऐसे ही जग में आती हैं सुबहें ऐसे ही शाम ढले गगन के तले धरती का प्यार पले शबनम के मोती फूलों पे बिखरे दोनों की आस फले नीले गगन के तले धरती का प्यार पले बल खाती बेलें मस्ती में खेले पेड़ों से मिल के गले नीले गगन के तले प्यार पले नदिया का पानी दरिया से मिलके सागर की ओर चले नीले गगन के तले धरती का प्यार पले ऐसे ही जग में आती है सुबह ऐसे ही शाम ढले नीले गगन के तले धरती का प्यार पले नीले गगन के तले धरती का प्यार पले ला 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 ला
So tell me, Lowell, do you have any wedding plans in your near future?
Going to a wedding or participating in one? No.
Or maybe you getting hitched at some point in the future?
Well, if we're talking near future, like a year, no, not going to
not yet.
happen. Too much stuff I got to do. Wait, yeah,
Way
that's
before you take
that's
that
at the
big
bottom
step.
of my list of things I got to do right now. Yeah, a lot of things to get done.
Well, the reason I asked that was because I came across this surprising wedding traditions. I was just, browsing the internet, and all around the globe, different cultures, different countries, they have so many different versions of, different traditions and superstitions. And this caught my attention. And here's a few of them that I'm going to share with you. Good luck and bad luck. Okay. Apparently, in Greek culture, the bride stuck a cube of sugar in their glove because the sugar will sweeten the union, it seems. So that's one. So it's a good luck thing. The English believe that if they find a spider in a wedding dress, that means good luck. I would freak out if I found a spider on my wedding dress. You know what I'm saying? I mean, my goodness. And also in English tradition, Wednesdays is considered to be the best day to marry. Although Monday is for wealth and Tuesday is for health. Now, the reason the groom carries the bride across the threshold is to bravely protect her from all the evil spirits lurking below. Well, Indian cultures never had that carrying the bride over the threshold. As it progressed, the younger generation seemed to have copied that little step. So it was done more for fun and everything when they see the American people do that. But I think it's a cute little romantic gesture for the bride, for the groom to be carrying the bride over the over the threshold. And then ancient Romans studied pig entrails to determine the luckiest time to marry. Seriously? Rain on your wedding day is actually considered good luck. According to the Hindu tradition, according to our tradition, it's supposed to be good luck. Egyptian women pinch the bride on her wedding day. Ouch. That is funny. And it's for good luck. To me, when I read things like that, I would want to know, how would that bring good luck? When you go pinch a bride, how would that bring?
Yeah,
you know
that's
what
a
I'm
good
saying?
point.
It's at least with the rain and everything. Okay, you're thinking mythology, you're thinking about rain god, whatever. There is some kind of a reasonable defense to it, but pinching a bride, I don't know how that would bring. Peas are thrown at a Zek newlyweds instead of rice. Peas, don't they hurt?
Frozen peas, maybe.
Yeah, frozen peas for sure. While Moroccan women take a milk bath to purify themselves before the wedding ceremony, in Holland, a pine tree is planted outside the newlyweds' home as a symbol of fertility and luck. A Swedish bride puts a silver coin from her father and a gold coin from her mother in each shoe to ensure that she'll never do without, I guess, having any financial problems or anything like that. That is cute. And of course, Middle Eastern brides paint henna. But you know what? It's just not Middle Eastern brides. In Hindu culture, we have a henna on our hands when we are getting married. I mean, you know what henna is, right? The design on the hands.
Oh, yeah,
Right,
yes,
the bridal
yes, yes.
henna. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So we do that. I did not personally do that, but all the brides in India also do that, actually. And that is, of course, to protect themselves from the evil eye. But there's quite a bunch of them, but some of them are really interesting. Maybe when we have time, when we come back into the second part of a show, maybe I'll share some more interesting things from around the globe. We are just hitting the top of the hour, listeners, and stay tuned. This is Rangmunch with Alima. If you need to call into the studio, our request lines are always open, 408-912-5565, and I'll be back in a couple of minutes.
Thank you for listening to Desi 1170 AM. Call us today at 408-440-0851 to get your business, product, or service instantly connected to the San Francisco, San Jose, and Oakland South Asian community.
Now that Dr. Rosanelli is a regular guest during the morning show each month, you have probably heard him talk about how his hair restoration procedures can give you a natural head of hair if your hair is thinning. In today's competitive world, you want to look your best when you go on that special job interview, go to work in general, or when you're out with your friends and family. If your hair is thinning, call Dr. Tom Rosanelli at 800-743-HAIR. For over 25 years, Dr. Rosanelli has devoted his professional life exclusively to hair restoration surgery and performed procedures on patients of all ages, including a number of celebrities. His patients now enjoy a beautiful new head of hair that makes them look and feel younger. If your hair is thinning, call Dr. Tom Rosanelli for a free personal consultation at 800-743-HAIR. Dr. Rosanelli performs all his hair.
You're listening to KLOK, San Jose, San Francisco, and Oakland, the largest and most powerful Desi radio station in America, a universal media access radio station.
Rangmunch with Alima is back for the second hour with Rangmunch with Alima.
Rangmunch with Rangmunch.
Rangmunch with Rangmunch, right? My tongue is all twisted today and I seem to be coughing a lot. Well, dosto, I hope everyone is having a fantastic night on Saturday. We had a call in from Ritu and Pankur in regards to Genyansip. If anyone wants more information on that, just log into their websites, and this is actually a noble cause they are working for. If you are interested in science and math and you have the creativity to come up with making hands-on kits that can be distributed to the rural schools in India, this is a fantastic opportunity, people. So log on to sipa.org, fosipa.org, and Janya, JANYAA.org, and you should have all the instructions and the requisitions for participating in the Genya Masterminds concert. Now, the deadline is June 2nd. Remember that, so that you don't go past the deadline and you don't miss it by any chance. Mark your calendars on those, people. Coming back into a few of other shows that I am watching. Chen, before I go on to Chanchan, I have to tell you, I mean, my partner in crime who always calls from India, Neeraja, she's on vacation. And then I realized it's summer in India, Lowell. No wonder everyone is going on vacation, right? But we are getting into summer. We just have, another 2 weeks of school left? Seriously,
Right, yeah. I mean, your daughters, they got to be out in a couple of weeks,
right?
right?
They're going to be out in a couple of weeks. And typically, by the time our summer starts, Indian summer is already done because the schools open there, I think, in the middle of June or something. But the reason I said that was because my partner in crime is on vacation. She is having tons of fun visiting family, weddings, and all that stuff. And you know what? The summer is a big wedding time in India, but it is so hot. And I just remember wearing all those huge jewelry and all those thick saris and all those things, sweating it out. I don't think I can do that anymore, seriously. Just the thought of it is making me think, oh my God, really? But anyways, weddings are always fun. Family gatherings are always fun. I hope Niru's having fantastic time. But I do miss chatting away about all the shows. So hopefully she'll be coming back when she's ready to come back. Moving on to Chanchan. This is another entertainer show, I should say. It comes on Sony Entertainment, and of course it's Sanaya Irani. People who have watched her in Mile Jab Hum Tum and what's the other one? IPK, Is Pyar Ko Kya Naam Do. I mean, the second one was a huge hit show which kind of ended abruptly, but she is doing a great job in the show Chanchan. I wasn't a personal fan of Sanaya, but I think I really liked her in this show. Well, anyways, the way the story is going on is obviously Supriya Pathak's son is Manav, and Manav is in love with Chanchan, and Supriya Pathak, whose name is Uma Ben, hates Chanchan for a whole bunch of reasons. And of course, Chanchan doesn't know that Manav happens to be Uma Ben's son. So she comes to know that Manav loves this girl. So last week it ended where she creates a scene where she falls on the floor and she puts the family through emotional blackmail, like she was sick and all that stuff. Then she has her son sign a letter saying that he will always marry the girl that she chooses for him. It's like as of signing his life away on her deathbed, So anyway, so she emotionally blackmails him about it. So he says, of course, Mom, I will listen to you. I'm going to marry the girl that you choose, and all that thing happens. And but on the other hand, of course, Mana wants her to meet Chanchan, with the not knowing that these two people have met and they hate each other or they just don't get along. So anyways, so they and then of course in the meantime Manav comes to know that his mom had emotionally blackmailed him because the pills that she was taking are actually just regular vitamin pills, and it has nothing to do with her fake heart problem or anything of that sort. And of course he is livid, and the Monday show, the recap shows that Uma Ben comes into the orphanage where Chanchan works along with the kids, and they do meet, and of course it's a huge shock for Chanchan when she realizes that Manav happens to be Uma Ben's son. तो देखेंगे क्या हो जाएगा next week. Obviously it's going to be an interesting thing. Will she let go of her love, or will she, will Uma Ben bend, and is she going to create another devious plan to separate these two? So hey, you have to watch Chanchan for that. It's a pretty entertaining show, guys. I mean, it's on the lines of Khoobsurat. If you remember Rekha and Rakesh Roshan ka movie, it kind of is going on those lines, but I'm really not sure if that entire story is going to be adapted by this show. But it is an entertainer. I'm enjoying it. Typically, I'm very critical of shows, but I'm totally time vasool ka show. So just give it a shot. And having said that, I have to say that now I have to play the song for Rakesh. His favorite, Rakesh, this song is for you. And I do have a couple more other Shemi Kapoor songs also. So let's see how much time I have to be playing your favorites today. So dosto, stay put. This is Rangmunch with Alima. I'll be right back.
कोई मुझे जंगली कहे, कहने दो जी कहता रहे, हम प्यार के तूफानों में गिरे हैं, हम क्या करें। चाहे कोई मुझे जंगली कहे, कहने दो जी कहता रहे, हम प्यार के तूफानों में गिरे हैं, हम क्या करें। चाहे कोई मुझे जंगली कहे, है मेरे भी कुछ अरमान मुझे पत्थर तो न समझो मैं हूँ आखिर एक इंसान मेरे सीने में भी दिल है मेरे भी कुछ अरमान मुझे पत्थर तो न समझो मैं हूँ आखिर एक इंसान राह मेरी वही जिस पे दुनिया चली राह मेरी वही जिस पे दुनिया चली चाहे कोई मुझे जंगली कहे कहने दो जी कहता रहे हम प्यार के तूफानों में गिरे हैं हम क्या करें चाहे कोई मुझे जंगली कहे ये तूफान मेरे सीने में थे बेचैन क्या छुपाऊं क्या छुपा है जब मिलते हैं नैन से नैन एक मुद्दत से ये तूफान मेरे सीने में थे बेचैन क्या छुपाऊं क्या छुपा है जब मिलते हैं नैन से नैन सब्र कैसे करूं क्यों किसी सब्र कैसे करूं क्यों किसी से डरूं चाहे कोई मुझे जंगली कहे कहने दो जी कहता रहे हम प्यार के तूफानों में घिरे हैं हम क्या करें चाहे कोई मुझे जंगली कहे ये कैसी बला की आग सोते सोते जिंदगानी घबरा के उठी है जाग सर्द आहें कह रही है ये कैसी बला की आग सोते सोते जिंदगानी घबरा के उठी है जाग मैं यहाँ से वहाँ जैसे ये जंगली कहे कहने दो जी कहता रहे हम प्यार के तूफानों में घिरे हैं हम क्या करें चाहे कोई मुझे जंगली कहे कहने दो जी कहता रहे हम प्यार के तूफानों में घिरे हैं हम क्या करें चाहे कोई मुझे जंगली कहे
I thought you were going to say Yahoo, Lowell.
Yahoo! Yeah! The Sharkies win!
There you go, guys. See? What a perfectly timed song, right? Well, Rakesh, thank you for gracing our show with a call. And hopefully you listen to us more often and send in your special request. Fantastic, Sharks. Like I was telling Lowell, I'm glad that the Sharks won now because now my daughter is a happy camper at home. The Detroit Red Wings won, so my husband is a happy camper at home. See, that's perfect, right? I don't have to worry about it, I think.
I want to know how he got to be a Red Wings fan. That's not very popular here.
Because he studied in Detroit. He did his schooling and everything in Detroit. So he's a Detroit fan. The Wings, the Pistons, the Tigers, you know. So he is, yeah, that's how it is.
Well, I'll give him a pass since he's a Hyderabad fan.
Well, I'm sure he's listening. Otherwise, I'm going to remind him. This is what Lowell had said. So when you call him the next time on his show, hey. But actually he is. he's hoping Hyderabad would win so that it gets into the fourth place, right? That's what he was
Me
telling.
too. Yep, and they win and they're in. It's that simple.
Well, see, there we go. Well, dosto, just to let you guys know, Lowell does an IPL cricket show on Fridays from 9 to 10. So, hey, you should give in a call. I know we have a lot of cricket fanatics here in the Bay Area, not to mention in the whole of US. Give him a call and talk to him about your cricket dreams and or whatever you want to talk about. Excuse me. Saraswati Chandra, another show that I watch, Sanjay Leela Bansali ka show. You know, with all the grandeur and all the immense castles and the mansions and everything, it started off a little slow. I kind of gave it a miss here and there, but then I've always liked the novel. In fact, I've loved the movie, the old movie Saraswati Chandra with Nutan. So I wanted to see how it looks, and it is not bad. It is not fantastic or great, but it's worth a look. I mean, right now, the story as much is not like it has developed by leaps and bounds. Abhi Saras and Kumud are still kind of trying to get to know each other. I mean, by God, these two people, gusse to unke naak par hote hain. I mean, for every single thing, it's like they are at loggerheads and they're so quick to jump to conclusions, and they are like mule-headed against each other. So, abhi what's happening ki is obviously Saras's stepmom Kuman wants to break up Lakshmi Nandan and Vidya Chaturthi. She wants to break up the friendship. She doesn't want Kumud getting married to Saras, so she is giving it her best shot to break these two apart. And so obviously she brings the issue, or she brings the topic about how Vidya Chatur had mortgaged his house to send Lakshmi Nandan to Dubai and for his business and everything, and that seems to have become a sore point between these two friends. Excuse me. But it looks like they have sorted the differences. They have talked about it, and of course, when the dads were arguing about it, Kumud and Saras, who love their fathers to death, is like they went on to the opposing sides of this argument, and so they were very unhappy about it. But it looks like both the friends have settled their differences, which is a big slap for Kuman, because she really thought this was what was going to break their friendship. But unfortunately, the friendship seems to be much more rooted in foundation than she had thought. So, Abi, of course, Saras and Kumud also have made up. They have realized the mistakes they have made. So they're gearing up for a wedding of a friend. So देखना है कि what more issues will Kuman create, and also in the meantime, it looks like from the pre-cap that Saras has finally fallen in love with Kumud. I mean, Kumud has already, she's been in love with Saras for the longest time, but it was Saras who never fell in love with, or was not in love with Kumud. So he pretty much declares that he wants to spend the rest of his life with Kumud. So obviously, falling in love and then getting married is two entirely different things that can happen in a person's life. तो देखना पड़ेगा कि कुमोन क्या करेगी, कि is she going to let him marry? Of course, in the book, they don't get married. But इस TV show पे देखना है कि will that happen or will it not happen? So here's two lovebirds, the show is doing pretty well as far as personally I can say. I'm enjoying watching it. Definitely it's not on par with Veera or NBT, two of my favorite shows. But if you guys have nothing else to watch, I mean, that is another good show to watch on Star Plus. And here I am coming up with another oldies. Now, I'm such a oldie goldie person, so now I'm like on a little roll here with all the oldie songs that I pulled up. Stay tuned, people. Rangmunch with Alima will be right back.
कली एक ख्वाब में आई और गले का हार हुई। रात कली एक ख्वाब में आई और गले का हार हुई। सुबह को जब हम नींद से जागे आँख तुम्हीं से चार हुई। रात कली एक ख्वाब में आई और गले का हार हुई। चाहे कहो इसे मेरी मोहब्बत, चाहे हंसी में उड़ा दो। ये क्या हुआ मुझको खबर नहीं, हो सके तुम ही बता दो। चाहे कहो इसे मेरी मोहब्बत, चाहे हंसी में उड़ा दो। ये क्या हुआ मुझको खबर नहीं, हो सके तुम ही बता दो। तुमने कदम तो रखा जमीन पर, सीने में क्यों झनकार हुई। रात कली एक ख्वाब में आई और गले का हार हुई। आँखों में काजल और लटों में काली घटा का बसेरा। सांवली सूरत मोहनी मूरत, सावन रुत का सवेरा। जब से ये मुखड़ा दिल में खिला है, दुनिया मेरी गुलजार हुई। रात कली एक ख्वाब में आई और गले का हार हुई। यूं तो हसीनों के महज़बीनों के होते हैं रोज नजारे, पर उन्हें देख के देखा है जब तुम्हें, तुम लगे और भी प्यारे। यूं तो हसीनों के महज़बीनों के होते हैं रोज नजारे, पर उन्हें देख के देखा है जब तुम्हें, तुम लगे और भी प्यारे। बाहों में ले लूं ऐसी तमन्ना, एक नहीं कई बार हुई। रात कली एक ख्वाब में आई और गले का हार हुई। सुबह को जब हम नींद से जागे आँख तुम्हीं से चार हुई। रात कली एक ख्वाब में आई और गले का हार हुई।
And Rangmunch with Alima has decided to go buy a Powerball ticket. Well, Lowell is just telling me that the Powerball lot is it called the lottery? The Powerball
lottery. Yeah, you can call it
about
that.
$600 million now, and well, the drawing has been done, but now here's the thing.
You want me to give you the numbers for the folks who may have bought the tickets?
Sure, go ahead. Tell the numbers if anyone's got them.
Here you go. For $600 million, you have 10, 13, 14, 22, 52, Powerball 11,
Oh my God. Now, if anyone wins it, I think they should make a donation to our show, right?
And a donation to a lot of other
A
things.
lot of
yeah.
other things. But anyways, now here's the thing. If no one has won it, it gets into 1 billion people.
That's what I'm reading. Yeah,
That's what-
and
yeah, that's
it's
what
a
Lowe's
reliable
bid.
source too.
Right.
So yeah, imagine that. You can buy yourself literally spend a couple bucks buying a Powerball ticket,
Right.
and you could win $1 billion.
Right. So that billion is going to catch on, like even if you had bought a ticket. So now you're going to go back and buy again. Right? And this time, to increase your chances, instead of spending $5, you might spend $20.
Right. Yeah.
Right?
The more
So-
the more numbers, the better
Yeah,
odds.
right,
That's
right.
simple.
Yeah. So wow, oh my goodness. I mean, I'm going to follow that and see who's going to win. And here I tell my husband, I don't want to be that greedy. All I need is just $1 million, and I'll be happy with $1 million. You know. Well, hey, people interested in buying. I used to buy that along with my group of friends when I was working. Every week we used to go and spend like $5 and buy. And I think one time we won like $500 or something like that. I thought that was pretty cool actually. But anyways, that is the lottery news for you guys. Powerball at 600 million, if not going into 1 billion. Wow.
You know, I brought it up. I don't normally bring that stuff up, but the fact is, this is the record jackpot in the
Yeah.
history of the lottery.
Is it really?
Yeah, it is the 600 million mark. And if nobody wins, then it goes up to $1 billion. And it's just insane to me.
Wow.
$1 billion lottery. I just cannot. I never thought we would get there, but here we are.
Yeah, exactly. Well, there you go, guys. Win a lottery and zindagi khoobsurat ban jayegi. I mean, of course, according to me, beauty lies in the beholder. I mean, I rely on inner beauty. To me, of course, outside beauty is good, but hey, a lot of people are beautiful inside too. Having said that, I come into my next show that I kind of watch on and off, only because it's out of the middle production house and they do pretty good, decent storylines. And this is Dil Ki Nazar Se Khoobsurat. This used to be, or this is the story of two friends who started a radio station, and one of them is not a handsome looking guy. He's got little marks and stuff and scars on his face, but his voice is fantastic, and he's the RJ of that radio show, and people have never ever seen him. All they've ever done is heard his voice doing the shows. And then Aradhya is the one who who falls in love with the voice, but then ends up marrying the right guy. But then she doesn't know he is the guy who does the radio shows. And then, of course, she ends up marrying him due to emotional obligations, because Madhav's grandmother is sick, and so the deal is that once she becomes better, then they're going to get a divorce, and then she's going to move out of the house, That's kind of what it is. But where the show is at the moment, of course, Madhav signs the divorce papers. Aradhya is all ready to go back home and, move on with her life and everything. But then the grandma falls sick again, and so I believe she gets a heart attack a second time round, and so the doctor tells them that she cannot be going under any stress, and the third time might be a fatal thing for her. So excuse me. So what is Aradhya going to do? I mean, from the pre-cap, it looks like she's going to stay back, and obviously she's developed from some feelings for Madhav, whether it's friendship or whatever. Oh, excuse me. There I go again. My voice is getting bad and bad. So, dosto, stay tuned. I'll be back in a couple of minutes.
ऐसे लोग थे जिनके प्यार को प्यार मिला, हमने तो जब कलियां मांगी कांटों का हार मिला, जाने वो कैसे लोग थे जिनके प्यार को प्यार मिला। खुशियों की मन मंजिल ढूंढी तो गम की गर्द मिली, खुशियों की मंजिल ढूंढी तो गम की गर्द मिली। चाहत के नगमे चाहे तो आहे सर्द मिली, दिल के बोझ को दूना कर गया जो गम खार मिला। हमने तो जब कलियां मांगी कांटों का हार मिला, जाने वो कैसे लोग थे जिनके प्यार को प्यार मिला। बिछड़ गया, बिछड़ गया, बिछड़ गया हर साथी देकर पल दो पल का साथ। किसको फुर्सत है जो थामे दीवानों का हाथ। हमको अपना साया तक अक्सर बेजार मिला। हमने तो जब कलियां मांगी कांटों का हार मिला, जाने वो कैसे लोग थे जिनके प्यार को प्यार मिला। इसको ही जीना कहते हैं तो यूं ही जी लेंगे, इसको ही जीना कहते हैं तो यूं ही जी लेंगे। उफ न करेंगे लब सी लेंगे आंसू पी लेंगे। गम से अब घबराना कैसा, गम 100 बार मिला। हमने तो जब कलियां मांगी कांटों का हार मिला।
And I am back, Rangmunch with Alima. If you have any special requests or you want to give us a call, it's 408-912-5565. Well, you know, I started off with, I actually had a bunch of list of some new songs and a combination of songs, but now that we have requests for the oldies, it looks like a lot of people are liking the oldies and the goldies more than the brand new songs nowadays. Maybe they're tired of listening to the new songs, you know. But anyways, well, I love the oldies, so I have no problem when you guys call and ask for any oldie songs. I mean, I would love to pull them up and play for you guys. As I come into my last 2 shows that I kind of keep an eye out or watch. And of course, not to forget, I still have Zindagi Gulzar Hai coming up for the last, maybe 20-25 minutes. So, Madhubala Ek Ishq Ek Junoon. The show where it stands is apparently Madhubala wants to take revenge on RK because he took revenge on her and he cheated her and he married her and left her. So now she wants to be the one to take revenge on that person. So देखेंगे क्या होगा in Madhubala as it continues. Is she going to go through with it or is she not going to go through with it? Guys, if I'm coughing a little, more, I probably will be going into a song more often than not, which is going to be now. Here's another Shemi Kapoor song coming up, and I'll be right back.
दिल के झरोके में तुझको बिठा कर यादों को तेरी मैं दुल्हन बना कर रखूंगा मैं दिल के पास, मत हो मेरी जाऊं उदास। दिल के झरोके में तुझको बिठा कर यादों को तेरी मैं दुल्हन बना कर रखूंगा मैं दिल के पास, मत हो मेरी जाऊं उदास। कल तेरे जलवे पर आए भी होंगे, लेकिन झलक मेरे ख्वाबों में होगी। फूलों की डोली में होगी तू रुखसत, लेकिन महक मेरे सांसों में होगी। कल तेरे जलवे पर आए भी होंगे, लेकिन झलक मेरे ख्वाबों में होगी। फूलों की डोली में होगी तू रुखसत, लेकिन महक मेरे सांसों में होगी। दिल के झरोके में तुझको बिठा कर यादों को तेरी मैं दुल्हन बना कर रखूंगा मैं दिल के पास, मत हो मेरी जाऊं उदास। बिरहा की धूप में साथी बने हैं। अब भी तेरे सुर्ख होठों के प्याले मेरे तस्वुर में साथी बने हैं। अब भी तेरी जुल्फ के मस्त साए बिरहा की धूप में साथी बने हैं। दिल के झरोके में तुझको बिठा कर यादों को तेरी मैं दुल्हन बना कर रखूंगा मैं दिल के पास, मत हो मेरी जाऊं उदास। तस्वीर तेरी सारी उम्र तेरी पूजा करूंगा। मेरी मोहब्बत को ठुकरा दे चाहे मैं कोई तुझसे ना शिकवा करूंगा। आंखों में रहती है तस्वीर तेरी सारी उम्र तेरी पूजा करूंगा। दिल के झरोके में तुझको बिठा कर यादों को तेरी मैं दुल्हन बना कर रखूंगा मैं दिल के पास, मत हो मेरी जाऊं उदास। दिल के झरोके में तुझको बिठा कर यादों को तेरी मैं दुल्हन बना कर रखूंगा मैं दिल के पास, मत हो मेरी जाऊं उदास।
Happens to be one of my favorite songs. So I don't know, Rakesh, if you're listening or not, but it looks like we have plenty of similar taste. I mean, oldies and goldies are amazing songs anyways. as I was abruptly cut off before the song, um, I was talking about Madhubala. So that's another entertainer show. It's doing very well. It's got a lot of fan base, especially with Rashti Dami, and of course, she's also one of the participants in the Jalak Dikla Ja. So it's worth a shot. Vivian Desana is a fantastic actor too. So देखना पड़ेगा कि next week क्या हो जाएगा इस show में, in the sense कि is Madhubala going to be going through with her revenge on RK, and if not, what is going to be. In the meantime, RK is, trying to redeem himself by being this ultra really nice guy, trying to make up for all the stuff that he had done with Madhu. So there's another show, interesting one. And then, of course, another one of my favorites is Kabul Hai. I've always liked Karan Singh Grover. And now Zoya Siddiqui has also grown on me, and though Miss Siddiqui and Mr. Khan seem to have become one of my favorite couples at the moment. Right now on Kabul Hai, the wedding plans are going full ahead. It looks like next week, for all we know, Mr. Khan may come and confess to Miss Siddiqui that he is in love with her. And of course, I'm sure Tanvir is going to go hit the roof, and when she hears this, it's moving along nicely. I mean, what I liked really about the episode that I watched on Friday was the mother and son conversation, where she really comes and lets him know ki, don't let your past affect your present, because just because your dad left me and went and married a second person necessarily doesn't mean you will do the same thing too. And I know how how a guy or a son would feel when you grew up without a dad, and knowing that your dad has left you and went with another woman. You will have a lot of insecurities, you will have a lot of issues and a lot of fears as to when you get to the point when you get married, will you have the same genes, or will you have the same traits as your father, and will you end up leaving your first wife and or doing something wrong for that matter, falling out of love, or but then, hey, the mother tells us, what, you really can't predict the future at any place, but you are in love with this person, so you should be able to go tell her before it's too late. So hopefully next week it is not a dream sequence, and that he would really 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 tell her that he loves Miss Siddiqui. But then again, hey, we are talking about the daily soap operas. I mean, anything can happen, anything can go wrong, a million things can, the earth may open up, the sky may fall, and bizarre things will happen in all the TV serials. But it is doing very well, people. Kubul Hai is another show that I like watching whenever I get time, and it comes up on ZTV. So give it a shot if you like Karan Singh Grover. It's a pretty good thing. And then, of course, one of my all-time favorite shows at the moment, Zindagi Gulzar Hai. People seem to be going bonkers about this show. Doesn't have any dramatics, doesn't have any histrionics, doesn't have any unreasonable, out of the world, over the top situations that happen in this show. This is a Pakistani show, and usually all these shows run, I think, about 50 to 60 episodes, I would say. At the moment, Zarun and Kashif have been married for about a year, and Kashif is pregnant with twins. She's still got her issues even after 1 year. You know what? After watching the episode on Friday, a lot of people may not agree and some may agree, but I definitely am supporting Zarun on this thing here. I mean, even after 1 year of marriage, not able to trust your husband, not able to share your feelings with your husband, not able to share your family issues with your husband. Now that, to me personally, in my opinion, would be a problem for me. So, they're going back and forth. I mean, it's come to a point where Kashif realizes that Zarun has met his ex-fiancée Asmara. She doesn't like it because, he never mentioned it. And it's an interesting conversation that they had, and it just goes out of control where she leaves Zarun and takes off to her mother's place. But a couple of interesting things that Zarun had brought up. I mean, he said, what about sharing as adults? I mean, you are reading articles about sharing and parenting and everything for the kids, but what about sharing as adults? I mean, you don't share your thoughts, your feelings. And which is true. She's never really mentioned any of her issues or problems to Zarun because, and like he said, she never brought Zarun into her inner circle. And that is going to be a problem. And obviously, to me, it kind of felt like they are literally like husband and wife, and they still don't have that trust and that friendship. I mean, Zarun comes out and tells pretty much everything. He's much more open, but Kashyap, whatever insecurities she grew up with, whatever fears she grew up with, she's always going to be questioning Zarun's actions. She's always going to be questioning his words, his whatever he does. How long will it take for a woman, to get over her fears of insecurities and move on with her husband? So pretty much that's where they are at. They're still at each other's throats. They can't seem to settle. They just can't seem to sit and talk it out, because both of them just seem to go off tangent on a whole bunch of things. And the trust issue, the trust plays a big role in this relationship, and it probably going to lead to a divorce. I mean, of course, her having a dream about getting a divorce is one thing, but I don't think, but hopefully they'll be able to sit and talk these things out. And the beauty about this show, people, is that this could happen to you and me. I mean, that is the simplest way I can put it. It's like a normal, typical household. A wife and a husband, they're having issues. Both of them are so stubborn, egoistic, independent, that they just can't seem to find the middle ground to talk things out and sort it out. Both of them have issues. Both of them have insecurities. Of course, Kashyap has more than Zarun does probably, and she still brings up the point that Zarun doesn't have any issues at all. So that's kind of a contention. So at what point will she be able to get over her fears that Zarun may be leaving her, so that she can make a better future? Now, so that is what's interesting, people. Like I said, zindagi hamesha gulzar hi rehta hai if you make it the way you perceive things, the way you look at it. Live in the moment. It's an amazing show. If you want to watch it, it's a Pakistani show. That is what my 2 cents on the show Zindagi Gulzar Hai. And I'm sure people who are listening or are watching the show, and even Needu for that matter, she's the one who, she even has a blog, Lowell, on this show. And people just put in all their thoughts on this show. I mean, it seems to have caught so much attention because it just seems so natural, just like a husband and wife and a family going through issues and trying to talk it out. So, but remember, hey, ultimately, Zindagi Gulzar Hai. So you just need to remember that. When I say Zindagi Gulzar Hai, Lowell, it means the life blossoms. I mean, it's one big series of new things, blossoms and new beginnings and things like that. It always brings out interesting concepts as you grow and as you experience life. Which brings me to another of my oldie favorite. When I come back, I have a couple of jokes that I wanted to share with you people. A friend of mine had sent them. In fact, I want to end the show with the thought of the day. I mean, it's actually against women, but I still want to share it with you guys because I just think it's very funny. Anyways, so dosto, stay put. Rangmunch with Alima will be right back.
जो वादा किया वो निभाना पड़ेगा रोके जमाना चाहे रोके खुदाई तुमको आना पड़ेगा जो वादा किया वो निभाना पड़ेगा तरसती निगाहों ने आवाज दी है मोहब्बत की राहों ने आवाज दी है जाने हया जाने अदा छोड़ो तरसाना तुमको आना पड़ेगा जो वादा किया वो निभाना पड़ेगा
ये माना हमें जैसे जाना पड़ेगा पर ये समझ लो तुमने जब भी पुकारा हमको आना पड़ेगा जो वादा किया वो निभाना पड़ेगा हम अपनी वफा पे ना इल्जाम लेंगे तुम्हें दिल दिया है तुम्हें जा भी देंगे जब इश्क का सौदा किया फिर क्या घबराना हमको आना पड़ेगा जो वादा किया वो निभाना पड़ेगा
And Rangmunch with Alima is back online. Lowell had this, he's like, Alima is not talking. It's like, I was just trying to, I was so mesmerized by this olden song that I forgot that I'm supposed to talk on the radio show. Anyways, it's almost time to end the show. Thank you, people, for listening to Rangmunch with Alima. Jate Jate, I have a couple of little tiny jokes that I wanted to share. A very good friend of mine keeps sending me periodically some of these jokes. But before I get to that point, I was actually reading another list of jokes that I usually get from India. And it says here, an intelligent wife is one who spends so much that her husband can't afford another woman. Is that true, Lowell?
You know what? Yeah.
You know what I told Sai? I said, see, I'm going to the gym and everything, trying to get back on track and all that stuff. So I told him, Ki, if I lose weight and all that stuff, it's going to be very expensive for you. And he goes, why? I said, well, look at it this way. If I'm a big person, then my choices of buying clothes and stuff is limited. Versus if I lose weight and then I just go into the Mrs. section, there is a lot of possibility of buying too many clothes, right? You know what I'm saying? So, and one of my biggest vices is clothes. So it's going to be so expensive for you. And I said, think about it. Do you really want me to lose all this weight or, just want me to be the way I am? He goes, well, I'll take the chances. I think you should lose the weight and then, and we'll go from there. He goes, and besides, it's not just about you looking good. It's more for your health or whatever it is. But anyways,
that's a good point.
Yeah. But anyway, I thought it was funny because I was telling him, this is going to be much more expensive for you if I lose weight. You really want me to do that or not? Anyways, though, so like I said, I wanted to share this tiny little thing. Thought for the day, according to my friend who emailed me. You listening, Lowell? Okay. I'm going to leave this thought for the day for tonight for you guys to think about it. Okay. Women are like phones. Okay. They like to be held, talked to, and touched often. But push the wrong button and you're disconnected. I thought that
I like that. That's good.
It's really good, isn't it? I mean, It is good. I mean, that's
Yeah.
exactly
It's very
what
true, I'd
it is.
say,
So
yeah.
very true, and it just caught my attention. But I thought that was such a cute thing. Gary, thank you for sending that little thought for the day on women to me. Keep sending those things. I like putting those things out here on the radio show. Though, this is Rangmunch with Alima. Thank you so much for listening to us. Have a fantastic Saturday night and a great Sunday coming up. Hopefully, Hyderabad wins.
Yes,
Enjoy
go Hyderabad.
Go Hyderabad, right? Hope they are. Well, with all that stuff going on with the IPL fixings and all that stuff, it must be a big thing that's happening right now. But anyways, enjoy the Sunday, enjoy the cricket. Thank you once again for tuning into Rangmunch with Alima. Like I say, we're on Facebook, Rangmunch with Alima. Do like the page or send in your request anytime that you want me to play any special songs for your favorite people. I am going to be ending the show with another one of my favorite songs, Lowell, Low at the Bow. I kind of like the way it goes, Low at the Bow, but then again, if you don't like it, I'm not going to say
No, it's very unique, and I like how the D and the board is silent.
Silence, yeah?
That's cool.
Right,
Keep it up.
so
I like it.
There you go. Thank you, Low at the Bow, for giving me company tonight and putting up with my coughing back and forth and helping me, handle the show. Folks, thank you for your patience. Have a fantastic night. Take care. Good night.
प्यार दीवाना होता है, मस्ताना होता है, हर खुशी से हर गम से बेगाना होता है। प्यार दीवाना होता है, मस्ताना होता है, हर खुशी से हर गम से बेगाना होता है। क्षमा कहे परवाने से परे चला जा, मेरी तरह चल जाएगा यहाँ नहीं आ। क्षमा कहे परवाने से परे चला जा, मेरी तरह चल जाएगा यहाँ नहीं आ। नहीं सुनता उसको जल जाना होता है, हर खुशी से हर गम से बेगाना होता है। प्यार दीवाना होता है, मस्ताना होता है, हर खुशी से हर गम से बेगाना होता है। रहे कोई सौ पर्दों में डरे शर्म से, नजर खजीला चुराए कोई सनम से। रहे कोई सौ पर्दों में डरे शर्म से, नजर खजीला चुराए कोई सनम से। जाता है जिस पे दिल आना होता है, हर खुशी से हर गम से बेगाना होता है। प्यार दीवाना होता है, मस्ताना होता है, हर खुशी से हर गम से बेगाना होता है। महबूब सुनो किसी शायर ने कहा बहुत खूब मना करे दुनिया लेकिन मेरे महबूब वो छलक जाता है जो पैमाना होता है हर खुशी से हर गम से बेगाना होता है प्यार दीवाना होता है मस्ताना होता है हर खुशी से हर गम से बेगाना होता है
Sports on Desi, the only sports show on KLOK.
This is Sports on Desi host Lowell Tuckerman. Join us every Friday at 9 p.m. to recap the week of local sports, Indian Premier League news, and we have Indian Premier League trivia.
Rajiv Shukla. Tendulkar. It's Hyderabad.
Sports on Desi, Fridays at 9 p.m. only on Desi 1170.
From Bombay to San Jose, we've got you covered.
For more information on how to get your own show on Desi 1170 AM, give us a call at 408-440-0851 or send us an email to Desi1170am@aol.com. Thank you for listening to Desi 1170 AM. Call us today at 408-440-0851 to get your business,